How many of us have got this wild dream of packing up our lives, moving to France, and restoring a centuries-old chateau? Sounds crazy, right? But what if you're doing it with your whole family, sharing every step on YouTube, and gaining thousands of loyal fans in the process? That's the story of the Pethericks, but it doesn't end there. Because what happens when your dream life collides with some pretty serious real-world drama? Today, we're diving into the captivating journey of the Pethericks family. Who are they? What have they been up to? And what's really going on behind all the scenic drone shots and fresh coats of paint? So who are the Pethericks? They're a British family that rose to YouTube fame for restoring gorgeous, crumbling old buildings in the French countryside. Their channel quickly took off thanks to their first big project, a stunning 18th century estate called Château de La Basmaignee in the Loire Valley. Instead of just showing pretty before and after shots, they brought us right into the mess, the dust, the leaks, the weird forgotten rooms. It felt raw, real, and kind of addictive to watch. At the heart of it all is Billy, the energetic leader of the operation. He's not just the brains behind the plans, but also the hands-on guy climbing ladders, drilling into 200-year-old stones, and somehow staying excited about it. But he's not doing it alone. His wife, Gwendoline, is also a key part of the action. From managing projects to keeping the family machine running, she's very much in the thick of it. And you can tell these two are all in on this lifestyle. Just when it seemed like restoring a chateau wasn't challenging enough, they went even bigger and took on a completely different kind of building, an abandoned convent in La Flèche. It was like something out of a movie. Tall ceilings, chipped walls, overgrown vines, the kind of place you'd expect ghosts to be in. But the Pethericks saw potential, and of course, they filmed every bit of the transformation. Now let's talk about Simon. If you've been watching their videos for a while, you definitely know him. Simon was part of the core renovation crew, always up on scaffolding, always cracking jokes, and a fan favorite from the start. But then came a surprising twist, a video titled Simon's Last Day. The farewell was emotional, heartfelt, and full of gratitude. And it really showed that this wasn't just a renovation team, it was a little family. But now let's flip the tone for a second, because here's where things took a turn that no one saw coming. In February 2024, Billy Petherick found himself in court. And it wasn't about missing a construction permit. Turns out he had been involved in a string of thefts from rural churches across Brittany and Anjou. Sacred chalices, old keys, religious objects all sold off through online marketplaces and local antique dealers. It was a shock, especially coming from someone who seems so invested in preserving history. The result? A 6-month suspended prison sentence and a $15,000 fine. Gwendoline, who was also involved, received a $10,000 fine. That changed the vibe completely. And naturally, fans were left wondering, what does this mean for the channel, for the projects, for the legacy they're trying to build? But the Pethericks didn't disappear. They didn't even take a break. They're still restoring, still filming, still uploading. Which brings us to the big question. Can people move past something like this? Should they be given that chance? Let us know what you think in the comments. Now, a lot of people also wonder how they're actually funding these massive restorations. While they haven't shared their bank statements, there are a few obvious clues. First, their YouTube channel itself, with a sizable subscriber base and consistent content, it likely brings in decent ad revenue. Then you've got sponsorships, collabs, maybe some brand deals in the renovation or lifestyle space. And finally, their chateau isn't just for living. They offer accommodations and host events, which adds another income stream. It's a smart setup, and despite the controversies, they're clearly committed to keeping it all going. The Pethericks' journey, legal issues, and all is a reminder that nothing is ever as simple as it looks online. Behind the pretty architecture and satisfying paint roll shots, there's a whole lot of real life happening. But one thing's for sure, they're not quitting. And whether you support them or not, their story is hard to look away from. So what do you think about the Pethericks' story? Are you surprised they kept going? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like and subscribe if you want more real, unfiltered stories like this one. Thanks for watching.